Yes, they're already in Scots. It's AD again. Hey, look at us. We're in our comfortable clothes.
Yeah, cozy for the tour.
Yes, for the tour of our guest house, which this is. Come
to our guest house.
Come. So this is the guest house that we're in. It's had many functions. You know, the guy who owned this before was Claude Ravier, from whom I bought it. And it was a kind of a, people said, oh, I've been at parties at your house. There were pinball machines, I think, in this room. Yes, and a kind of a wet bar. And, you know, there was a lot of activity here.
And then we did tap classes in here. We scuffed up the wooden floor terribly. Then we kind of fixed it up because this was like a whole play space.
So before any movie or play, I would have constant, habitual, routine rehearsals here. We'd have acting classes here. We came on to Barbara Bestor, the greatest architect and designer here in LA, and what a great team.
Barbara introduced us to Zeb Crunk, who helped with all of the interior design.
And then thinking about the function for the boys, for all our needs, your performance and creative and artistic needs.
We're also trying to figure a way to contain them because, you know, once you start having children, they take over.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you know that movie, The Blob? You ever see The Blob? Yeah, Steve McQueen's first movie, yeah.
This space, pictured in our minds, like, oh, maybe we'll put on plays here because with the kids, Jeff plays piano. I'm an aerialist, contortionist, dancer, and maybe we'll have a dinner party and we can all like come in and dance and recite a sonnet or two.
This whole door behind you is open in a different way,
indoor, outdoor,
which will allow for a connection between us and the outside. And this place too, there wasn't a door there before at all.
It just really invites our outdoor courtyard, which was also redone with the stone and terramatto, did all the landscaping. It's so gorgeous to look at.
We just moved the piano around today, and I have a notion that we could use this. I don't know if you know, I played piano a little bit, and we were fooling around on this before. I have a cozy little flat in what is known as old Manhattan. We'll settle down right here in town. Yeah, very good, very good. I have a song for every occasion.
Yeah, that's true.
Every idea. Oh, that's it. And that's the show. Get out of here, AD. We've told you too much. I never saw this big cherry before, but I love it. We should, we might buy that.
I do remember showing the swatches to Charlie, our eldest son, and he was really into it. I think he really collaborated, and then we were like, let's go show to Dad. Like, let's make sure he's on board. I love all the colors. It just makes me so happy.
My sister, Pam, painted this. I've had this for a long time, but this is me. This is taken from a photograph of me and our first dog, Ginger. Yeah. I'm like about 8 there. I'm
little boxer briefs. It's so cute. Come to the Blue Room.
Isn't there a song, The Blue Room? We're passing this glorious...
But you have to look at the ceramic bow hooks because I adore them. They're just so darling.
I sure
so
do.
Cute.
Oh my gosh, hi. Oh look, so this is not staged exactly. This is our production, your crew here. Here we are. You tell them about this room here.
Well,
wow.
This is like the guest bedroom. So there's some closet space, but what's so cool, because it's a smaller space, this is a Murphy bed. So it literally folds all the way back up.
It's a flat
But it looks
wall
really
after
pretty.
that.
It looks like...
Oh boy, well, okay, hang on, wait. Oh.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
See how strong I am?
You impress me.
I know.
I'm not going to tangle with her, I'll tell you that.
But you'll tango with me. And then there's a beautiful bathroom. But what's also cool about this bathroom, so yes, there's an indoor shower, but then on the other side of it is our outdoor shower, so that when we're hosting like a pool party.
It's outdoor, like after you go in the pool, which we have out there.
Yeah, they can go rinse off, shower outside in the fresh air, I think.
We're so lucky. This is all too luxurious, but I'll never not appreciate it. They redid this window. It's bigger. You can see the sky. It's a gorgeous window. I like this runner thing. Oh my gosh.
It reminds me of the stars. It reminds me of like a sky at night with just like twinkling stars.
The house used to be filled with Pam's my sister's art all over the place on every square inch of the wall. But you said, oh, I like this particular one.
I just love the size of it. It's so big. And then girl, she's so beautiful. All of it is just of this character from bygone era that's just so beautiful.
A little bit classical with a little whimsy and irony. And that's me again. It says like the Watts Tower or La Tour Eiffel. These are my parents that Pam did once again from a wood block.
So guys, we'll clear all
What are these two? We didn't introduce you to
Our art piece.
They're always in our house. They're kind of an installation, a living art piece. Sometimes you find them here, sometimes there, and they just move around a little bit. They don't speak. I like it a lot. Now, so here's you. I'm not the only one pictured around these parts. These are my brothers who are sadly no longer with us. I think this picture is taken from us on a vacation in Atlantic City. We used to drive from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Atlantic City, the four of us kids, and we'd dress up. I would dress up. There are pictures of me, probably not around here, of me with a shirt and a tie and a coat on like we did. Nick Massey, and shine a light on us, Nick Massey, and Paul Cornett. All right. I'll tell you very quickly about this bathroom. This was airspace. There was no such room before Barbara Bestor's architecture went to work, and here it is.
I never wanted to shy away from colors, even though sometimes it made me nervous, thinking like, is it going to turn out well? Is it going to read? But that's why you have Barbara, because you can trust that it's going to turn out great.
I love this bathroom.
Yeah.
As much as a human being can love a bathroom. If I wasn't already married, I'd marry this bathroom. But I'm spoken for.
You're so funny.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to try not to gush because this is kind of a room that I have a lot of interest in. It's been used for many things over the years. Once in our era, I started to, come up here and I'd take a nap here. It would be alternative, and with the kids here. I never had kind of a place to really have an office. And this is the one part on the property that faces the hills. And this wall, can you imagine, had no window at all. This was nothing. So this room was not light like this at all. And there was no view onto these hills.
When it's cool, you kept saying that, like, when I build the rig, that you can watch me while you're working.
And now look what's out there. There's not only the hills, but there's that rig that you have seen her on.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
I just feel like the whole energy in here is very calm.
Listen to how quiet right now.
Yeah.
It's really quiet here. It's just fantastic.
And then you have your Fender Rhodes.
Well,
so
and then I wanted another piano up here because if the boys are playing their piano, I sometimes need to do my work immediately and at the same simultaneously. And I've had this Fender Rhodes since the 70s. I bought it when it was new. Well, a lot of people know this as a delightful item.
I love this desk. I feel like this really does suit you and really does make sense in the practical sense of it. Like you need to write.
Look at this place to work. Look at me looking at it. This is a nice corner of the world. Yeah. And then this heavy paperweight was also done by my sister as a dinosaur, in my connection to dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And so there's that. And, I'm kind of a little bit of a freak for the right pen.
Minimalist,
and so the ballpoint pen, and I've chosen a couple of ballpoint pens here that I particularly like. And I think I used this on Criminal Intent because I was playing a detective and I could put this in any kind of pocket with a little notepad and go, yes, and I think this is what happened there. Very good.
Why are you so cute? I can't stand it. Like reenacting.
You're a doll. Well, and lamps. I'm crazy about lamplight, Oh, it's not plugged in, but that's okay. I love it. Melody Gardot just gave me that. Melody Gardot is a great singer with whom our band recorded this song, Misty. I think it could go right there. Look how it fits right there.
P.G. Wodehouse. We love to read those.
I've read all of
Boy.
P.G. Wodehouse. These things are meaningful to me, and this is one of the original. You know, this looks like a first edition of a P.G. Wodehouse thing, and that's nice to have there. My sister did that. This is, you know, Isle of Dogs. That's my character Duke.
Also, the boys' favorite movie of yours. They rewatch that movie a lot.
That's
Charlie made this.
true.
He's like a
Lego. He's a Lego champion.
your Culturistas award.
Etc. Hey,
Bow and Yang.
here's my Jefformations book. You know. Yeah, okay, tell me when to stop.
What?
Tell me when to
Stop.
Okay, left or right?
Right.
Okay. I would say to you, don't sweat the small stuff. Still, a little deodorant never hurt anybody.
Really? I think I smell pretty good.
You do smell. You
I don't
always
know
smell.
about you though.
I'm so sorry for that. I apologize. We'll
kidding.
hash this
I'm
out later.
kidding.
This would be from our first album, Jeff Goldblum, the Mildred Sensor Orchestra. My sister did that. It's Louis Armstrong and an alien. She would pair different, things together. That's me in the center there at Frank Sinatra's house. For our second album, I believe, we went and shot the cover at Frank Sinatra's house in Palm Springs. Oh, hey, that's kind of interesting. Those 4 portraits on the end, that's me and my 2 brothers and sister. And that my sister did. It's a kind of a collage of me at the piano and Scarlett Johansson, and she sang a song on our album. I think these pictures are a nice little grouping above your bed. Not to mention, how about that for a chair? That wing chair, I've always hankered after something like that. And that substantial, gorgeous orange and white striped thing. Oh my gosh, that I use. I put my glasses on there and a book or this and that.
Yeah, even I come up here sometimes and just read.
You do?
Yeah.
What a confession. I never realized it. And
Why, you think it's just your room?
well, as long as you know the password. Do you know the password to get into this room?
Fidelio.
Fidelio, that's correct. Yeah, it's from Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, she knows the password. You tell them what's here, because this was kind of to her specifications and to mine. I have certain needs that this meets
the equipment
beautifully.
you needed. But that workout bench, I was a little nervous because it felt a little bubblegum, but I feel like it really works with the grounding of the floor. And then the equipment, like how it's pink, it worked beautifully, especially with the mirrors. There's like a tint of pink in them. And then the sconces on the wall, they have pink and red. And then the shades are pink. So,
I like it pink.
But I also love this wall. I actually use this wall a lot for my handstands. Then this is a really important ladder for contortionists and acrobats. So I use that a lot for stretching. And then over here, this is kind of cool because I like how it folds in and out. So you have a little bit different range for like if you're doing a pull-up, or if you're just doing like leg raises, If you're just doing leg raises, you would just do.
This is what she was doing when we first met.
Up like
Something
that.
like that. I went over to her at the Equinox on Sunset and said, what are you doing? There wasn't this big window, but there are these nice pink shades, and then this has a great view of downtown LA.
Yeah.
Like that. If you want, we can show you that. Do you like that, or do you like that? We can put it back down. But look, here's look what they gave us. Look, one of these things. We're just very lucky.
You chose the wrong one.
That's just hard. That's not going to do it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's that one.
Yeah.
But if you do,
You really want to do it.
I always like the clicker. I get nervous if I don't have my hands on the clicker. So, and there's that one going up. So here. So I kind of like it like this. You like it. You like to control the light and have it kind of all like this.
Yeah.
Look how substantial this is, so you don't fall out of there. And I think this is a lock. Look at this. Look how this is just great. It's really great, and it goes all.
You get a cross breeze with that window over there.
Yeah. Oh
beautiful.
Boy. You feel that? Even though it's balmy out.
Yeah.
I like that. And look at the view. As you're on the treadmill, you look at downtown.
I'll spend hours in here, once in the morning, and then if I'm lucky in the afternoon, and then the boys come home from school and then they run up here, and sometimes they'll jump up there and try to, like, Mama, look, I can do a pull-up. And then Jeff likes to walk.
That's it. I'm a spent force. Oh, that's my cardio for the day.
starts open.
Starts open.
It starts open.
I listen to directions much better than my husband.
Throw me under the bus. Throw me under the bus.
With the baby in the
Wheels
bathwater.
on the bus go round and round, right over Jeff, and there he goes. Okay, he's flat as a pancake now. That's okay. Hey, AD, this has been a great honor. What a red letter day
It's
for
been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been spectacular. AD, we have to say goodbye to you
Yes.
now. It's
I got to get cooking.
really,
Yeah, make some dinner.
yeah, and I've got places to go, people to see. We have much to do, and I'm sure you do too, much more than us.
Bye, AD.
Thank you so much for coming, really. We appreciate it. No handing goodbye.
Wait.
What?
No, not me. You just had to be the last one. I was like, wait, I can get
I don't need the last word. There she goes. Goodbye. Get out. Get out.